What's happening with the CS market recently? Ever since recovering from the crash around mid-November of 2023, we've seen extremely stagnant growth in the CS market, and it becomes particularly odd when you look at the player counts because they've been increasing so much. Normally, the market should as well. We've reached player count highs that CSGO never had seen before the announcement of CS2. And so you might be asking, why aren't my items skyrocketing in price, and why are some of them actually going down? Well, in this video, I'm going to be discussing why I think this is happening and what it means for investments. But before we get into it, just a word from today's sponsor. SkinsMonkey is an automated trading bot that's perfect if you want to swap out your skins fast and safely. They've got plenty of filters and plenty of items to choose from, so once you've found something that you like, make sure to enter my code SPAGHETTI and you'll get cash back up to $5 on a $100 trade, as well as a 35% deposit bonus, which is 5% more than regular, with code SPAGHETTI. But if you refuse to spend any money, go to the freebies section and they run giveaways there all the time, so it's definitely worth checking out. Thank you to SkinsMonkey for sponsoring this video. Alright, so the player count is rising, and through the process of elimination, we can basically conclude that it's mainly due to the major. Acts as like a major marketing campaign, no pun intended, which brings a lot of people into the game. You may be thinking, what about the updates that have consistently made the game better? And yeah, that plays a role, but in my opinion, we're still so far off of what CSGO was. We're missing complete game modes, tons of cheaters, and just general bugs and optimization that I don't think it's as big of a role as the Copenhagen Major. And so, if our player count rose 20% since last November, but our prices stayed completely stagnant, that means that their prices, even though they're stagnant, are still overinflated because they've only been staying afloat due to the increase in player base, not because of the health of the game. Another way of saying it could just be a slow downtrend, meaning once that player base settles down a little bit, it's most likely going to be more stagnation or a decline in the market. If you look at CSGO's previous player counts before CS2's hype, it was around 800 to 850k on average. We're currently over that in CS2, and our prices currently are also slightly over CSGO's, but the point is, the game isn't better yet, and so there's no reason for it to continue up. But one factor to consider is actually the long-term investor demand, because CS2 has shown a lot of investors where the future might be headed, and there's some security in that. But that doesn't mean it won't decrease in the short term, so short term, still very bearish, because I think it's likely we're going to see some sort of player decline after Copenhagen, which then will decrease prices even further. How far exactly? I have no clue. I wouldn't be making YouTube videos and investing in CS items if I could time markets that well. But the idea is that the signs are pointing to a bearish market, meaning me personally, I'm not dumping a lot of money into the game. Generally speaking, I wouldn't be doing that anyway, but the items I am dollar cost averaging into are going to be much less volatile and safer investments, so that when we do see some sort of correction, I will hopefully see less of the impact. It also happens to be the case that the main stuff I was going into that was a little less volatile it's showing a little bit of weakness, but we'll see how it pans out. But yeah, that's my best explanation as to why the market is currently stagnating despite the increase in players. And this was actually the second time I recorded it because I was just yapping on so much the first time and I didn't want to edit it all. So hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you did. That's all. Bye bye.